How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews. Back with a little bit more Muckraker, a little bit of these stovetop jammers they've been throwing down as of late in the form of their In Wildness, not In the Wildness, In Wildness Vol.2. I did Vol. 1. I called it In the Wildness because I suck at saying things. Muckraker, they are pretty much, open, firm, kind of mixed culture, wild brewery, if you will, up in North Jersey, Franklin, Jersey. And they did these first two volumes of what I would consider their kind of hazies. They're kind of IPAs. Their version of what they would do IPA-wise. The first one I did, I forget the hop combination in that one, but it was a 6% mixed culture hobby jam. This one is a 4%, so a little bit lower ABV, kind of right in my wheelhouse. And she looks the part of a pale hazy. Nothing too crazy, more saison in look than anything else. Half a pinky finger, white as white could be head, a little bit of soapy edges to her, done and done. She looks the part of a hazy, she looks the part of a saison. Very much peach-like vibes getting off this, as I spill everything everywhere. Let's get a nose. Oh my god, bubblegum. Yeah, bubblegum, but it's like weird because I'm not getting any kind of weed off of it, so I'm getting a soft bubblegum vibe. It's not even bubblegum, and I think I got that in the last one. It's that powdery Hubba Bubba kind of bubblegum, kind of powderiness to it. And I think it kind of ended up morphing itself into a kind of a cherry vibe for me. The last one, I could see this one going much the same. I'm actually getting a way more vibrant nose in that kind of bubblegum kind of cherry thing than I did on the 6% version. So it's a little bit more robust there. The hops not nearly as aggressive. Soft fruitiness outside of that kind of cherry Hubba Bubba thing going on. Soft, like kind of, I don't want to say bready, but dryness, almost yeasty dryness on the nose, actually, and it's nice sweetness to it. So yeah, this is all about this kind of cherry flavored Hubba Bubba. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. Literally follows through in the taste. The big difference here is you get a nice little pop of bittering on the other end of things. Not as dry as the other one either. So that bubblegum, Hubba Bubba, cherry Hubba Bubba, a little bit of stone fruit vibes kind of lead the way. There is a nice aggressive bittering on the other end of things. And comes off tannic tea-like, almost like age-hopped kind of bittering. Not necessarily a ghost of hop past, but hops that have a little bit of time behind them. Not necessarily as old as the ones that you would use in like kind of like a lambic or something of that ilk. There's a soft dryness to it, nothing too crazy, not as aggressive as that 6% one that I had. Nice mouthfeel. Done. That's done. Nice carbonation to it. This is really tasty 4% beverage right here. You're getting a lot of impact. You're getting a lot of personality out of this. It takes that cherry Hubba Bubba thing I was talking about in the previous beer. It almost kind of amplifies it. Necessarily, I don't think it's bigger per se than the 6%. I think that a lot of the notes in this one, not that they're the same beers, mind you, but they kind of come off very similar for me. It's so much that the 6% one was a little bit more louder and all the other bits and pieces that once you dial that alcohol back, once you dial bits and pieces of it back, the yeast comes out a little bit more, shows its head, rears its head a little bit more. It's probably a combination of the hops too, kind of in play with the yeast, to be perfectly honest with you. But it just ends up coming off a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more robust. And I think that's a pretty cool thing, especially when you're talking about a 4% beer. Yeah. I can get down with that. In a perfect world, this would be just a touch sweeter for me because that dryness with each sip just builds and builds and builds. And while I appreciated that one in Volume 1, this one just keeps getting drier without that kind of bounce back off that sweetness to keep it balanced to where I could see this getting a little bit more drier and drier and drier as I go along. That would probably be my biggest nitpick of it. Overall, it's pretty tasty stuff, and you know me, I'm a low ABV junkie, so this is kind of hitting all the notes that I would want out of like a kind of, I wouldn't say wild beer, because there's nothing kind of tart or sour or anything like that, even though that's the case here. It's more of a kind of a saison mixed culture kind of vibe coming off of it that doesn't get too funky, with a nice kind of morph with low ABV, kind of hazy. It's hitting all the notes that I really enjoy. It's not something, again, this is drinking beer just above maybe drinking beer as far as impact goes, but it's tasty, it's fun, and I like what they're doing there. I mean, you can watch a video one, I can rehash everything I said there, and that it's nice to see people do and mess with styles or adjust and change and embrace styles they normally wouldn't embrace, and when they embrace specific kind of styles and put their own little twist on things, and I really dig that. So let's talk about it. This is one of the better mixed firm hazies I've had as of late. It would default towards top for that. Low ABV beers, sub 5%. It would actually be in the conversation, but wouldn't be towards the top. There's some that have really done it for me. I'm looking at you, Allagash. There's some breweries that really crush it in the 4% game this year, so it's a very tall order for this one to kind of stand up to that, but tasty nonetheless. Value and availability, $9 for a stovepiper. It's okay. Not too crazy price-wise, not horrible, not bad. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like Saison, you like haze, and you want to have a baby. That's where this one kind of lands. And you dig on Belgian bubblegummy vibes, even though this one leans a little bit more cherry than just base kind of old-school bubblegum. If you like those kind of things, you'll dig this. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. You want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of a cherry hubbub right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.